Hi, I'm back for your read aloud with Vacation Under the Volcano. It's so funny. If you've been watching the virtual social studies that I've been doing on ancient Greece, I've been making a lot of connections back and forth to the Romans and the Greeks. They share a lot of similar things. Their clothing is one, their belief in gods is another. Their meeting in a central location or a forum, as they call it in the ancient Roman Empire, very, very similar. So it's pretty neat being able to read both of these and find the text to text connections. Text this book connection with text this book connection. Okay, so let's go with chapter 4. Scary things. Whoa. Jack pulled out his book and found a picture of the strong men. He read aloud. Gladiators were slaves or criminals who fought in the amphitheater. They were forced to fight each other or wild animals like lions or bears. The people of Pompeii thought a gladiator fight was great fun. That's not fun, said Annie. No wonder why I think it's weird here. No kidding, said Jack. That's not like our time at all. Jack and Annie watched as the guards led the gladiators away. They went toward a building that looked like an outdoor stadium. That must be the amphitheater, said Jack. Let's check it out. Oh, all right, but it's not a library, said Annie. He and Annie started up the street toward the amphitheater. There's that amphitheater word again. Blowing my brain apart. It's so cool. A large crowd had gathered near the entrance. Men and women cheered as the gladiators marched inside. Jack and Annie started to follow them, but a guard held up his spear. No children allowed, he said stiffly. Run along now. Yes, run along, run for your lives, came a raspy, hissing voice. Jack and Annie whirled around. It was the soothsayer. She was waving her bony finger at them. Oh, no, not her again, said Jack. Let's get away from here. He started to take off. Wait, said Annie. I want to talk to her. Are you crazy? Said Jack. But before he could stop her, Annie ran up to the soothsayer. Jack watched from a distance as the woman talked to Annie. Jack, come here! Quick! Called Annie. Oh, brother, said Jack. He sighed and went over to Annie and the soothsayer. Tell him, said Annie. Tell him what you told me. The woman fixed her gaze on Jack. All the streams of Pompeii have dried up, she said. Remember the stream near the olive grove, said Annie. So what, said Jack. Maybe this need rain. No, said Annie. There's more scary things. Tell him. Go. All the birds have flown away, the soothsayer said. Jack just stared at her. She said that all the rats have left too, and the cows are making strange noises. But why, said Jack. The sea is boiling hot, the old woman said, and the ground shakes and speaks. See, I told you, Annie said to Jack. But why are these things happening? Jack asked the soothsayer. Because the end is near. We have to leave now, said Annie. But what about the library, said Jack. What library? The soothsayer asked. Show her the story title, Jack, said Annie. Jack took the piece of paper from his bag. He showed the Latin writing to the soothsayer. A book with this title is in a library in this town, he said. So, the old woman said. So we have to save it, said Annie. She pulled out her secret library card. The soothsayer stared for a moment at the card and the shimmering letters on it. Then she smiled warmly at Jack and Annie. So Annie, as soon as she arrived in the magic treehouse, she felt something was weird. And usually when odd things happen, like when rivers totally dry up, when the animals are gone and the birds are gone and they're acting all weird, they have a sense that something's going to happen. And she said that the oceans, the water, is boiling hot. Think of a volcano. Think of the lava. It's boiling hot. Something's going to happen. I think you know what it is. Yes, I understand now, she said. The only library I know is in the house of Brutus. She pointed to a large villa at the end of the street. Look there, quickly. Will Brutus mind? Said Jack. Brutus and his household are all in Rome, the soothsayer said. That is merely their vacation villa. But we can't just go in and take something of theirs, said Jack. The old woman shook her head sadly. After today, there will be nothing left in Pompeii, she said. Nothing at all. Jack felt a chill go down his spine. Go and get what you came here for, said the soothsayer. Then leave at once. Thanks, said Jack. He grabbed Annie's hand. Come on. Thanks, Annie called to the old woman. You should leave too, she added. Then Annie and Jack started running to the vacation villa. They ran as fast as they can. So they only have that day to get this book and save it for Merlin, or else the volcano is going to erupt and the lava is going to flow down and there will probably be nothing left. So it's of utter importance and urgency that they get that book and they get out of there. This book's really exciting. I hope you're enjoying it as much as I am. Bye, friends.